Hello Art Tribe! So let's make this really cool Sophie and Toffee craft box. It is their Halloween edition and I am obsessed. And also I kind of slightly messed something up, a pretty big piece of this project, so you're going to go ahead and see the skull over here. Besides my better judgment, which I should know after 8 years of resin, I filled that whole thing up with the resin that the craft box came with. I did not read the instructions on there. I didn't go on their website to see actually, because the bottle didn't say like how deep you could go, but I figured, hey, it's the correct amount for the mold. I think I could get away with it. Well, I didn't get away with it. Now, the coolest part about this project is that it came with a couple different resins. This right here is a 3-to-1 resin, which next time I do this, which I'm gonna do the skull again because the skull mold is kind of amazing. I'm really not gonna lie. We're gonna have to do this in layers, and it also came with this big rose that I put in there, and at the end, you're gonna have to watch and see if you can actually see the rose. It turned out kind of okay, but clearly it exothermed a little bit, maybe a lot, but this is the coolest part about the project. Now, I'm mixing the resin, and here you could see that the resin is a little bit yellow. Now, this is a new product they have. You guys, it turns the resin crystal clear. Watch this magic. Now, it's slightly yellower. The hardener was yellow. Immediately after 3 drops, it's already way lighter. I went for a couple more drops, and look at how clear the skull. I mean, it's literally, it's kind of magic. Now, if you guys want to purchase any of these Sophie and Toffee boxes, any of their products, I do believe they sell their resin separately, their boxes separately. They have subscriptions. There's a link in my description that will give you a discount when you click on it for their entire shop. They are amazing. Crafter's dream. Now, I kind of had this vision of making the skull a little bit of like this like translucent like gray color. Wanted to add some gold leaf and glitter in my head. I didn't think, hey Annie, this glitter might sink. Hey Annie, you're mixing way too much resin. But listen, even I sometimes make mistakes and get too confident. But so these roses come in the box, as you guys saw. They do slightly kind of leak color, which you'll see at the end, but I think it kind of goes with the ambiance. I think it's kind of cool. Now, in my head, I thought I was gonna be able to add all 3 of those roses in there, and the answer was no. I could not. The one was gonna be it, unless I smushed them in there, but I was afraid of bubbles. But so I should have just left the resin where it was at that point for the flower to also not rise, right? But I didn't. So I would have let that cure, and then I would have added the rest of it. In my first layer, I would have probably put a lot less gold leaf and the glitter and stuff, just so it doesn't like sink to the top of the head when I unmold it. But anyway, this is that. And we are going to move on to the little pendants afterwards. And guys, this is super, super cool that I'm going to let you guys kind of watch the process a little bit longer here on the video, so I don't want to bore you with my voiceover. But it is a female and male skull. Now this, I am using UV resin. I'm adding some of the pigments that came with it. Also, I think I'm using also some other pigments that I have from Sophie Toffee, and I show everything in the process. The UV light is also from on their website. It's important to get a UV light that cures resin. It needs to be like a certain watt, so the one they have on their site is a great one. I've had it for years. It's wonderful. And I do everything in layers. Now, a little trick you're going to see me do is once, let's say for example, I add the white to the skull portions, I go ahead and I put my UV light on top and I cure it for 30 seconds. What I do afterwards is I turn around my mold very, very carefully, and I will cure the back end of the mold as well, just so that the resin on the back side cures as well. Sometimes if it's not a super, super thin layer, parts of the resin can still remain liquidy if the UV light is not getting to it. Just be careful while you're turning it not to bend the mold at all, because that resin will pop off a little bit and you can have leakage. So that's basically what I'm doing here, just to let you guys know. And I will come back when we're unmolding the skull so that we can laugh at my mistake together. Now, how cute did those pendants turn out? I absolutely love them. Now, I also decided that I wanted to make the kind of skulls look like they're sitting in kind of glass. So I took another one of my UV resins from Sophie Toffee, and I just added a clear on the top because it's like kind of dipped in, so it like holds that resin really great. And I went ahead and added my UV light on top to cure that, and it worked perfectly. Now make sure to take those little bubbles out with a little Q-tip or a little toothpick before you cure it, and look how cute. And now here it is. Here's the skull, here's the disaster. Yeah, I mean, at least you could see, look at how beautiful that skull mold is, though. It's wonderful. Now you can't see the rose and you could see all of those bubbles inside, like big like exotherm, but it kind of looks cool, guys. So I'm gonna try this again in layers, but I hope you learned, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to check out the description of this video for all my discount links and my other socials. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys always for the support, and drop any questions in the comments. Bye guys.